Yes, sir. The Run Pure Sports Print Factory Show live here on a Monday. We got 2 games to talk about. NFL feels good here on a Monday. We got Big T in the house, and we got Prez in the house, and actually pointed right this time. So we got the full crew ready to go. We're not on time, but we're all here starting the show, which, I mean, I guess is something to be said. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget the code GIBLETS44 is still live if you want 44% off your first monthly or weekly payment. Over at Run Pure Sports, you can use that code GIBLETS44 and get that 44%. Get all the bets, all the winners. And I got to go to my man Big T first because, I mean, JBC was 10-2 yesterday for the NFL. He crushed all his bets, but someone else crushed his bets. And JBC isn't on this show, so Mr. Big T coming in here, and he did not lose a bet, I don't think. That was on the sheet at least here. So, Big T, I'll start it off with you. What's going on, man? How's it feel?
Yeah, the NFL's been good the last couple of weeks. JVC went 11-0 last week, 9-2 this week, 20-2 in 2 weeks. Just absolutely absurd. And, yeah, yesterday I only had 5 bets up, but they all won and hit a parlay 24-1. And I say it every time we come on here, but the one thing I know is as good as it gets right now is the bet side. And a lot of that is JBC and the knowledge he's brought to the team. And I just love it. I love getting those premium bets. I can't wait till they pop up tonight. We get some premium again tonight, 5 plays every day. Check out the bet side. Everyone knows us for our DFS, which, yeah, we do crush the DFS and the content stuff. We got an NHL show tomorrow too. But the bets, man, this is the time of year. Bets are fun. Everybody's hanging out at the holidays, whatever you guys do for the holidays. Everyone likes watching football, basketball, hockey, different stuff during the holidays when you're hanging out with your family. And everyone likes action. Everyone that I know at least likes a little action. It doesn't got to be big-time money, but everyone likes a little something during the holidays to root on and stuff. So check us out on the bet side. 44% off, Giblets 44. Check it out.
Yeah. I mean, if you like action, so far today, we've had JVC has posted 2 college basketball plays at 11:40 a.m. He put his 2 NFL plays up already for today, and then he put some soccer up on the board for today. So, I mean, we got action, Tony. We got action for you at 11 in the morning. We'll have action for you all throughout the day, later at night for the games tonight. So, yeah, I mean, bet side's been rolling. Deprez, another guy who's been rolling. He had some good takes on the show yesterday. He's feeling good for today. You can tell by the fact that he's leaned back. He hasn't said a word yet. He's just waiting his turn, ready to fire off here. So, Prez, what's going on?
He just owned me with this Debo take, too. I said, don't play Debo. It's not Debo week. And Prez just says, Debo, right in the shoot, right on me.
Jammed it right up your ass.
Yeah, I took it too. I just bent over and took it from the press.
So Purdy again, at least one of 3 pass catchers for San Francisco. Drake London killed it. DJ Moore killed it. Cheap Bears defense killed it. Joe Mixon killed it. Keaton Mitchell, garbage. Who else was garbage? Our running backs were garbage. Kamara, garbage. McCaffrey shouldn't have played him. Tight end.
McCaffrey shouldn't have played him.
Just before we went off air, we were talking about the Browns. I said Njoku, he's 4.1K again. I was like, he's kind of mid though. He's going to get his 11 points, and he had 36 by half. That was the slate. Good night. Moss.
Oh, that wasn't the slate. Evan Ingram had
Evan Ingram had 32.
Yeah.
I kind of figured Moss would be. I wasn't high on Moss at all, but I was high on. We were high on Kamara, and he did not do enough at that price. It was close though. I was very close in the 5.55. Hishbu wins again. Everything. Here's why I stayed quiet for the first 3 minutes. A, because I'm on a word count. B, because you guys talk more than me.
You've already said more words than me, just for the
Well, I'm going to say more. You played the outro at the beginning of the YouTube show, and it drove me insane.
Because first of all,
he
why
struggles with that part,
is the old intro still in here? Why is it not out of here?
Because I didn't want to mess anything up. I just renamed it before the show because I didn't want the same 11-1 bets intro to hit again. That's why.
There's normally only 2, the intro and the outro, and this time there was 3, and it threw me off. So that's what happened. See, I'm getting yelled at by the Prez now. See,
you like Mahomes. You got to just say it was my fault. I'm sorry, Prez. I'll do it better next time.
You guys
I apologize.
Mahomes
I apologize, boss. I won't do it again. I won't make that mistake.
Do not make excuses like one Patrick Mahomes.
Do you guys notice, though, right now, I'm getting yelled at by Boss 1 and Boss 2 over here? I mean, I can't get a break. I mean, I'm getting yelled at by this guy, Boss 1. And then I'm getting yelled at by this guy, Boss 2. What the fuck? I don't run shit around here. I literally just get yelled at. Now I know my Pat Mahomes getting owned because, I mean, he got mad because the bosses must have yelled at him before the show. The refs just owned his ass. They said, your guy was lined up off sides. Cry about it. And he cried about it. Let me tell you, he definitely cried about it. So what do we think about that? Anything with the Mahomes thing? Because me personally, that play sucked that it didn't happen for Chiefs fans. I get it. But even Mahomes knew it was a penalty once he watched the replay. So he just was mad that they took it off the board because it was a legendary play. You can't be mad about that just because the play was cool. Like, it was a fucking flag. It's their fault. It's your receiver's fault. Be mad at him. I don't know why you're crying.
At what point do Kansas City Chiefs fans now turn on Taylor Swift as the reason for these failures? Because it's going to happen if it's not happening already. Like, Kelsey's distracted. They've gone soft. I think this is Kelsey's last season, IMO. But
maybe. I don't know. I think Taylor Swift likes going to these football games. I think she realized that football might be a cool, fun sport. That she might be missing it. I don't know if she wants to give it up. I'm just saying. A lot of defensive JSU, by the way. I appreciate it in the chat. A lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, the chat's so defensive of
except
JSU.
Except for this. This is an egregious take.
Exactly.
I take full offense to this take.
Exactly. He plays the outro is clearly marked. The outro is clearly marked outro, yet he thought it was the intro because of sorting issues.
These guys just cannot leave me alone, all right? You know what? You am host next time, okay? You can be the fucking host next time, and I'll sit back in the chair for 3 minutes and just relax,
This is
Put my feet up for a second. Unbelievable.
You need to go back to the tavern. All your friends are in the comment section from the tavern, aren't they? They're all sticking up for you.
They're all my boys. All my boys in chat defending.
This is Beanair's night, by the way. The Beanair bathtub night of the nights.
Why is Tommy Cutlets gonna win him some cheese?
What'd you call him?
Tommy
Cutlets?
Cutlets.
Cutlets.
Cutlets. Like chicken cutlets?
Like cutlets? You never eaten cutlets before?
I don't even know I've never heard of the word cutlet in my life, whatever that is.
What?
Cutlet? What the hell is a cutlet?
You're lying. It's a joke. There's a bit, right? We're not live yet. You can be on.
I mean, cutlet?
He's telling the truth. I can tell when he's telling the truth. I can tell when he's... This is my point, chat. That's supposed to be me in the bit. So when he does it, I know he's not lying. He's dead serious.
A cutlet? What the hell's a cutlet?
Oh my God. You're not Italian, right? You better not say you're Italian.
I mean, maybe I am. Maybe I'm not.
God,
it's a cut of meat.
I got a cut of meat. Do I got a cutlet I'm about to use?
Interesting.
Should I tell her tonight she's going to get the cutlet?
No.
Tell her tonight.
I'll text her right now. Do you want this cutlet later tonight?
This show is normally it's Tony's bit, but this show is just terrible. That's terrible, Tony. That's all. I can't believe you're dead serious. I know when you're dead serious.
I've never heard of a freaking cut. Yeah, I'm with them Westlake. I hit the wrong one, but I do have a 9-inch cutlet in my drawers, but I don't know what they're talking about.
Beanair. Cut the shit.
That was
can I mention something before we get into these games? Guess who sent me a picture of a toy Yorkie?
Oh, God.
Oh, I know who sent you a picture because I got the same picture, not from her, but from someone else.
Guess who's getting a doggy? Bing bong. Bing bong. This
Cool.
guy, his heart softened up.
Tony, don't worry. Before the show, I went for an hour-long walk with the dog. Get the exercise in. You'll get used to it.
No, I'm getting a little one like Wiley's. He told me it doesn't have to go outside. So
Nope, doesn't need exercise. Just sleeps all day.
Yeah, the little ones don't really.
I have nipples, Greg. That movie still, all things considered, has to be one of my favorites. Like, just so freaking good.
Crystal Schroeder sticking to her cats, her cat cutlets. All right, let me just tell you this. On these games, now that we're here, this is some of the most unusual pricing I've seen on a 4-team slate. Just all around. Soft on tight ends, soft on wide receivers. Look at Beanair's going to be happy because I'm gonna blow up all these New York Giant receivers. That's possible plays. They did them wrong. I mean, how could they do this for the Giants? Even soft on some Tennessee receivers. Running backs are mispriced or interesting. And then, I mean, you certainly don't have to save any money this week. You have to find ways to spend it. So there you go. And I'll start anywhere you want because I prepped for this big time.
I mean,
as long as you don't just start saying showdown pricing again on our 2-game slate, we're in good shape.
I'm not. I'm on the 2-game NHL slate right now.
By the way, speaking of NHL, I heard through the grapevines, I was told actually to do this, that we will have an NHL show.
To clarify, I heard you bringing it up before the show. You were inquiring, the person that sets the schedule, that me and Prez don't set the schedule. You were asking over here, oh, can we do a NHL show? Blah, blah, blah. I heard it.
I asked the bosses above me if they wanted an NHL show and if one of the bosses wanted to be on it, because yes, he is an NHL fan, whatever that means. So we might have an NHL show for tomorrow. And there's a big contest, Wiley, right? There's a big, what is it, 888?
Yeah. Tomorrow's the 888 with 100K up top. I think 500-600 people. Pretty flat payouts, actually. Pretty good payouts.
Is Buffalo on the slate?
The Sabres? I think they are. The Oilers on the slate.
Third line Buffalo.
Yep. So me and I don't know, Matty Ice may do it. EJ may do it, but Saul Goodman is definitely doing it, a show. And it's a good slate for NHL tomorrow. So there you go. There you go. 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Mountain. So let me start with tight end. Okay. Here's where I think that a lot of people are going to play heavy in the Aquangos and the Crafts, which are what? Low threes, right? 35% owned. Let me make sure of that. Yeah, Kraft 3, Aquango 3-1, 35% owned. I would say that's a good probably floor for what their ownership will be. And then you've got a handful. You got the entire New York Giants wide receiving core. You've got other tight ends that are cheaper. You've got like Westbrook Akine on the Titans at 3K, who can also outscore these guys, and they're 30% less owned. I don't understand. Well, to be unique this slate, I mean, everyone's going to have Tyreek Hill. He's going to be the highest scoring wide receiver likely. He's going to be on the winning lineup. You got to have him. You don't need to pay down for quarterback, so it's going to be one of Tua. Maybe a little bit of Tommy Cutlets and Jordan Love, not Will Levis. Running back, pay up for the guys that are going to score the most points. Likely Barkley. He's on the field 93% of the time. Spears is interesting. But where it gets real interesting is what seems like 15 to 20 players plus at the 3K range or cheaper who can all probably get the same points or more. And that's where it is. There's the spin. I mean, start there. I mean, I know that Tony said never play a Miami Dolphins tight end. I would not play Durham Smythe for the sole fact he's terrible. But what is it? What's his name? Hill. Julian Hill. Don't even know who he is. 2,500. Played more percentage of snaps than I think Smythe last week. There's a possibility. He can outscore all tight ends. 2 for 24, 2 for 40 to touchdown. Is this thing on in my live? Am I live yet?
Tight end is gross, and I don't know why we're starting with it, but
because it's the key to everything. This is the key to everything.
Is it? Oh God, is it?
Yes,
everyone's going to play for the worst, Tony. It's like which tight end is going to get me 6? Like which one of them is
Julian
getting
Hill.
6?
I'll tell you that much.
You don't need 6. You
don't
need 6.
You need whoever the highest scoring one is.
Let's do this here, guys. Let's go. Do you guys want to go game by game, or do you want to just do positions? How do you like?
Always positions on 2 games.
Positions. Okay, let's do position by
let's
position.
Start with tight end.
Let's start with quarterback, like we normally should always do, as opposed to tight end, and we'll get to tight end here in a sec. I don't know why Wiley's fixated on tight end. I don't know if the slate. I mean, yeah, I guess yes, it's going to matter.
Any of those tight ends, any of the. There are more than just 2 tight ends that can get the highest points clearly on this slate. And 2 of them are going to be 35% or plus owned. And they are, in my opinion, especially because of the game or because other guys can do the exact same thing, are no better than anyone else on this Monday night.
My issue with tight end, then, I'll just throw it back to you in a sec, but these teams don't throw to the tight, like literally almost all of these teams don't really throw to the tight end that much.
No.
So, I mean, Green Bay probably does the most, I would say. Just I haven't looked at anything yet. I'm just assuming off the top of my head they would be the team that throws to them the most, but that's still not a ton. And they're getting another tight end back in DeGuara, who might play a little bit over Ben Sims.
And Wesco scored a touchdown last week. He got the touchdown. No, sorry, not Wesco. Wrong.
You're talking about Ben Sims.
Sorry, Ben Sims. Ben Sims scored a touchdown last week, 2,500. That's what I'm saying. So if Ben Sims gets the touchdown and the 12 points or 9 points.
He got 7. That was his only catch. Only target, only catch.
Yeah.
And I, honestly, I think that's what we're talking about here is like which one gets you 7 or 8.
Yeah. Aquango can, Kraft can, Bellinger can. I'm gonna die on the Julian Hill. Got that? Ben Sims, Wesco. I'm even on Wesco.
Wesco.
I don't understand what you're trying to do, I guess.
I'm just saying that I don't want to play 35%.
No, percentage doesn't matter, though. It literally, whoever has the highest points at tight end is going to be in the winner.
Okay, let me just correct that. I don't think Aquango and Kraft are going to be the highest points on tight end.
They get like 6 to 8 every week. These other dudes get 0.
We just talked about Ben Sims getting 7.
He got 1 catch for 1 yard. He still didn't outscore them both last week. He still wasn't the highest scorer.
Julian Hill was 2 for 23.
Okongwu got 9 and 8.
Yeah, but now he's playing the Dolphins defense, and he's got.
That's good. He's going to be the trailing script the whole time. Like he's 3,100. You're not even saving any salary.
Then do it. Then play Aquango at 35%, and he'll get.
Going to because the percentage doesn't matter. It's a 2-game slate. The percentage.
I'm just saying he's not going to be the highest scoring tight end.
Well, it's sure as hell not going to be Julian Hill.
I don't know.
You got a better chance being the highest scoring tight end than Julian Hill.
No.
Ben Sims isn't catching another touchdown.
Okay.
There's 3 guys you can play at tight end, and they're the 3 starting tight ends on the other 3 teams besides Miami. Okongwu, Kraft, Bellinger. If I'm playing a 2,500 guy, it's Cager. That's tight end. It's done with. All the guys you said can't be in the winner.
Okay. Can't.
Are you guys finished?
I agree that it's one of the most important positions, though. Like, to say you're not going to have the winner without the highest scoring tight end. So if your tight end gets 0, I don't care if he's 2,500. He's still got 0. He's still not the leading scoring tight end.
I mean, it's the most important position. It's still not the most important position.
You're not going to have the winner unless you pick the right tight end.
Well, right. Yeah, you're not going to ship everything, but I don't think tight ends.
Well, yeah, it's not going to impact whether you like min cash or not, for sure. It's the least important position for that. But we're trying to win a damn tournament.
Right. Okay. And I'm with you on this.
I think the biggest mistake of the whole slate would be to play a guy that's going to get you 0 just because he's unowned. Because ownership doesn't matter. Like,
I don't care about ownership. I told you this.
You're saying 30%. That's how you let it. 30% owned. The percentage doesn't matter, though.
I understand it's 35. I understand I'm saying it's a percentage, but I'm also saying I don't think they're going to be the highest scoring player, and you get the advantage of 35% of the people are going to play him because they think they are. Like you. It's like Deebo Samuel yesterday. You didn't like him? I did.
You're comparing Deebo Samuel to Ben Sims?
No, I'm comparing. You said there's no way the San Francisco receivers are going to play well this week, and I said they are, and you said I was an idiot.
I already gave you the victory.
Press, you botched it. You should have said Noah Brown from like that first week you gave him out. Like you should have gave him as your comparison. That would have been a way better comparison. Tony wouldn't have been able to dispute that. Deebo you can't give though because Debo's actually
started
good.
with Hunter Schlong. Don't get me
You
started.
know what was worse about that was the tight end who played the whole game got absolutely peppered. It was so
he got hurt the first drive of the game, and the other dude smashed.
My point. Here's my point. My point is, I like the advantage you get on this slate. If you want to ship $500,000, is that okay? Everyone's believing that Okongwu and Kraft are really good and going to be the highest scoring tight ends on this slate. I'm saying, I'm going to say they're not and take that advantage. That's it. They're not good enough to say, yep, that's it. 8-point projected. That'll be the winner. When Julian Hill, Sims, what if he, I mean, he had a touchdown last week. Who the hell is Julian Hill? Great question. He played 50% of the snaps.
I agree. They're making me laugh right now too, Crystal. Who the hell is Julian Hill? Miami.
He's actually mad at me right now. He's very mad at me.
Miami tight end. No, I know what Tony's thinking right now. He's thinking, how the hell have we talked about this slate for about 15 minutes now and haven't moved past tight end? How the hell is tight end taking us 15 minutes to talk about? That's exactly what he's thinking in his head. I have no idea. The only thing I will say, I think I understand. This is why I wish we started with quarterback, because then I would understand Wiley's point, because I think I know what his plan is on this slate. And he's like, okay, you have to get the tight end right. Everyone's going to play these two guys, so I'm going to play someone who's lower owned, kind of flip that build, and then I'm going to place some of these other guys that I think are just for sure the highest scoring guys on the slate, lock them in, and be different here and hope that my difference there is
everyone's going to play Barkley. Everyone's going to play Tua or Jordan Love. Everyone's going to play Hill, and they're good. And everyone's going to play the right defense and be right this week. You're just going to be right. And I'm like, okay, well, where's the one area where I'm happy to just
this is why I wanted to start at quarterback, because then I at least understand your point of view. Say now in that instead of confused, but I figured that out. See, while I was sitting back, I was figuring out what Wiley's plan was, and I figured it out here, but. All right. Yeah. Well, tight ends. There you go. You just got the full tight end breakdown. Now we can go to quarterback.
Okay.
And he's right. Everyone's going to. Well, first of all, I just ran everything without touching a projection, and Tua was hitting almost all my builds right then and there. And it's because, one, pricing doesn't mean shit on this slate. And, so Tua is very easy to spend up for. He's 7,300. He's going to be the highest quarterback for sure. You got Jordan Love at 6K, who will be the second highest. And then you've got two guys in Will Levis and Danny DeVito, 5,300 for Levis, 5,100 for Danny. And they're going to be 3 and 4. I don't know which one's going to be 3 and which one's going to be 4, but I think they'll be close, like both 10% probably. I don't know, somewhere in that range. So what are we doing with these quarterbacks? Like, are you guys just nixing out some of these quarterbacks? Are you going to have all of them in your 150? Are you going to lock one of them? How are you guys going about 2-game slates? Because there's different ways to play it. And let's get your takes. Tony, you've been quiet. What do you got for quarterback here?
I'm playing Tua.
Lock button Tua.
I mean, these 2-game slates are way easier than people think. Like, who's the leading scoring quarterback on this slate? Tua, 80% at least of the time. He's not going to be 80% owned. I'm locking him. There's no way I'm ever playing Will Levis or Danny DeVito. So Jordan Love's the other option. Yeah. I could play it like 70-30 Tua Love or something, but then I'm just with the field, so I'm not gaining any edge. I'm taking my easy points and just locking Tua. All my teams.
So I'm fine with locking Tua. I will just say as a counterpoint that Jordan Love has outscored Tua in, let's see, the last 3 games. Jordan Love has outscored him in all 3 games. So I'm just throwing it out there.
I knew you were going to like Love.
Of course I'm going to like Love. First of all,
the reason you're getting 70% Tua.
Love best ball teams. That's the first best ball take of the day. I've got so many Love best ball teams that he is important to my lineups, but he is also clearly the second best option. It's not even close. And I don't know, like, could he outscore Tua at 6K? Yes. So could I leave 1,300 on my team and instead of playing Tua, play Jordan Love and that be a differentiator on my team? 100%. So will I do that? Probably. But Tua has the better game environment. I mean, as we talk about it, Tua has the better spot for sure, 100%. So I get what you're doing, locking them in. Prez, what are you doing with quarterback?
Well, I mean, said it yesterday, keep it simple when it comes to these games. Who's a really good team? Who's a really bad team? Is there soft pricing on the good team versus that bad team, like San Francisco yesterday? Yes. Well, then do that. Like when Miami played the Commanders, it was over at half. Oh, that made sense. We should probably just stack Miami. It's the same thing this week. They're going to destroy him, of course. Tua just doesn't do a lot with his legs. Jordan Love seems to throw 3 passing touchdowns a week now and 300 yards. I think the reason why you're getting 70% Tua is because the Jordan Love projection's wrong. It's at 17 points. I think he's more than that. I'd probably be on the big T train here. Yeah, I'd be heavy Tua. I'd lock him. Of course, he's probably going to be the highest scoring. I still will put a little bit of Tommy Cutlets, just this much, just in case things get out of hand in New York. You never know. Just this much.
The problem with 2-gamers, and I'll just stand by. I think this is my biggest strength. I'll just say this because I think I'm really good at 2-gamers in short slates. People are going to waste percentages. Like DeVito will be like 15. Levis will be like 15. Love will be like 35. So half the field's fading Tua already. Like, it's just crazy to me. That's how I feel like you gain an edge, more so than like playing random guys in other positions. Just bury like Tyreek Hill. I'm not freaking fading Tyreek. If he gets hurt,
absolutely
he gets hurt.
not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I'm taking advantage of the easy spots, and then I'm getting. But sure, you guys are 100% right. I'm not saying like Tua's a lock to score the most. Yeah. I just think he's more likely than his percentage to end up in the winner, and I'm just going to do it. And you know what? To take like the tight end point to another, say Tua gets 18 and Jordan Love gets 19. You're still in good shape to make. You won't have the nut anymore, but you're still in good shape to make money just by having all the Tua. Where if you play DeVito or Levis and Tua gets 30, you're dead to even cash.
You're dead.
Yeah.
To even cash.
When they get 12, and the other guys get 25, you're
even
screwed.
If they get like 22, you're just dead because the salary doesn't matter.
Yeah,
correct.
My only thing is I'm not 100% sure Tua will be the absolute highest scoring quarterback. I think if I had to eliminate 2, of course, Levis and Tommy Cutlets. Tommy Cutlets, though, could have this crazy game and get 24, and we're all fucked early. I just don't want that to happen. So I'm willing to spend 15 lineups on him and just say, okay, they may be dead right out of the gate, but at least this is the one area. If I had a gun to my head, I'd be like, fine, Tua. Yes. That's that.
Yeah. I mean, it's clear. It's a 2-quarterback race, I feel like, for the most part. And, for me, I'm going to play Love. I get the Tua thing. Both of these guys are good. I think that people probably think that Tua outscores him way more of the time than what actually he would in this spot, in my opinion. But Tony said it, the ownership's probably not going to reflect that, I guess, anyways, if it's going to be 35 and 40%. Yeah. I think Tua should push 50, though, honestly, on this slate. And if he does, Jordan Love's what, 30? Tony?
I mean, I would project them, somewhere around 50 and somewhere around 30. Yeah.
So that sounds
Jordan
about
Love
right.
I think Jordan Love will be even more. I think 30% is low to me.
It just happens every time on these two games. Like, people merge more. Tua will be lower than you think, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So if that's the case, then I still think that Jordan Love can outscore Tua, just straight up point. So, definitely. Okay, we got Tua, we got Jordan Love, and then we have Tua mixed with some cutlets.
Yeah, some cutlets.
Some cutlets. So,
and by the way, he is hot right now. Beebe McNair is hot from the bathtub right now. That's scalding hot water.
I mean, what's better than the Giants on a Monday night slate for our boy B-Nair? He's definitely watching from the tub.
Hey, B-Nair, I got a ton of Jalen Hyatt, and I got a ton of Wan'Dale Robinson and best ball buddy, so I won't be mad.
We might hit 10 best ball takes with you guys on this show.
I won't be mad, baby.
The key is playing to the audience. I know there's more New York Giant fans. B-Nair's New York Giant fan number 1, so I'm going to fluff the New York Giants all night, baby.
There's no way there's tons of Titans and Miami Dolphins fans in this chat. No way.
No one's a Titans fan in real life.
I think Kay Fallick is, isn't he?
Me and Tony live like a mile from Nashville. We'd never be Titans fans.
Because it's a 2-gamer too, I'll just add the flowchart notes too. The flowchart for quarterback, Tua is a good spot. The other 3 are bad spots. Just to,
I got to print
compound
this.
More.
I got to print. Did you tweet it, Big T?
Yeah, the one you printed. It was the same one. It's on the main one.
Oh yeah. So that was a test of that.
All right. So next spot is running back, and this is an interesting spot because I do think everyone's going to just mainly try and jam in those first 2. You got Saquon at the top. You got Achane right below him at 7K, and then you got Mostert, he's been Miami's main running back pretty much this whole season, but you can start to see Achane kind of cut in a little bit here. And then you got Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones, who looks like he's going to be out now. I don't know if that's official yet, but they're saying that he's not expected to suit up. And then A.J. Dillon, who's 5,300. And honestly, I think priced like they thought Aaron Jones was going to play. Is interesting. So, and then you got the backup guys like Spears and Patrick Taylor that, will be pretty low on. All right. Prez.
Okay. So now you've got running backs here, like a Patrick Taylor at 4.4, or even an AJ Dillon, who I think is terrible. He's like a worse Mixon at 5.3. And again, same thing as quarterbacks. You need to have the two or three highest scoring plays here. Is Patrick Taylor going to outscore some of these receivers at 4.4? No. Scratch. A.J. Dillon, 44% owned A.J. Dillon. Is he going to be one of the top 3 running backs in the slate? I think Barkley, Achane, when you can afford them. Even a Spears or a Henry, right? I'm not playing A.J. Dillon or a lot of them. Let the field have him. His projection's 16.
Me and Fred going to be on more opposite sides of this slate tonight. A.J. Dillon is like the easiest play of the entire night to me.
So going into this show, I already figured out who these guys are all playing, and we haven't even got through all the positions yet. Because I knew
AJ is literally a free card to me.
Why?
Was literally going to be like, I'm all in AJ Dillon. I knew Prez was going to hate AJ Dillon.
I hate AJ Dillon. He's terrible.
Perfect. You guys
are going to back me up. He's terrible.
I think we are going to fight all, except for about Tyreek. We're going to come together for Tyreek.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill, we can all come together. But okay, the one thing
His
I will say
ceiling
about
is
AJ
9
Dillon,
points. His ceiling's
His
9 points.
ceiling is 9
he
points.
scored more
my
than 9
God.
points like 5 different times on the.
What? How many you
5 different
score?
slates.
11.
Oh, his ceiling's
I'm just
9
saying.
points, you just said.
Okay.
9, 11, 10, 9, 5, 10, 11. That's his last a
Can-
million games.
How many of those
Can I
were against the
explain to you
Giants so
why,
far?
though, Prez? Can I explain to you why?
Oh my
Because
God.
he
Please
hasn't gotten
explain
the
it to
end
me.
zone more
Please
than once
explain to
this
me.
season. He's literally scored 1 touchdown.
Yeah, because he
1
sucks.
touchdown all season long. So does he suck? Is he
Yes.
running bad?
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Is the offensive line been not that great early in the season? What is it? Because I watched the game against KC, and that offensive line, one of the things KC was really struggling with was slowing down A.J. Dillon, who you said sucks. And that offensive line was moving dudes, and they looked really good. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to play A.J. Dillon because I never play guys like A.J. Dillon who just need to get in the end zone. They just like have no choice. They just don't have like they don't have the monster upside. Can they get 16? Yes, they can. Their ceiling's not 9. But they get 30. I don't know about, he's not getting 30. You know what I mean? And there's multiple running backs on the slate that can get 30.
That's right.
But at the same time, even though
Barkley
price
and
doesn't matter,
Move on.
if you're not playing Jordan Love, and you're locking a Tua, then A.J. Dillon makes a ton of sense because the Packers are scoring. They're going to score against the Giants. I don't care. Doesn't matter. They're going to put points up on the board. So if you're fading Jordan Love, you should actually be really heavy on A.J. Dillon. It makes sense because you're rooting against Jordan Love outscoring Tua. So that's where, I'm playing Jordan Love, so I'm probably going to be lower on A.J. Dillon. It's just like a natural thing. I'm going to be higher on the wide receivers, lower on A.J. Dillon. I do think, though, A.J. Dillon is not a bad play. I'm rooting against him, but I don't think he's a terrible play like Prez. I think he actually has a good shot to have a decent game. My issue is always just going to be the upside. He just needs 2 touchdowns to hit like the massive upside game. And even then, I don't think he hits 30 with 2 touchdowns. I think he gets like 25. So, which is great on this slate.
You think Dillon gets 25 points tonight?
No, what I'm saying to you is like that's what my issue is his upside. He just needs to jam in that end zone multiple times to get there. Where a guy like Achane could have 100 yards rushing, he could have 6 catches for 60 yards.
A.J. Dillon hasn't had a rushing touchdown since September.
I understand that. You're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying that so many things need to go right for A.J. Dillon, where on volume alone, Achane can outscore him, is my point.
Yeah.
So
you can afford a Barkley and an Achane, or an Achane and a Henry, or Spears.
Well, I don't like Henry either. So
but I haven't liked Henry either, but Big T was right 2 weeks ago with Carolina. He had the first 2 touchdowns. He had 28 points. The Colts can't stop the run, but he still had 28 points. And Spears is playing more snaps than him. And Levis can't play quarterback, so he's just going to hand off to these dudes all day, especially in a blowout. Spears is going to just run.
Well, maybe Spears is the better play then, but I'm not playing.
I like Spears. I just think that Dillon's ceiling is probably an 11.
My issue, again, I'll come back to is like, again, it's just the pricing doesn't matter on this slate that much. So like, do you need him? Yes, maybe not. But Tony, what do you think about running back since you've been quiet outside? You love A.J. Dillon.
Yeah, I mean it's more of a 3 position for me than you guys. I like running back. I think Saquon and Achane are close to locks, and I think A.J. Dillon's close to a lock. While that being said, I actually like the other guys just as sprinkles too. Mostert, I want some. Henry, I want some. Spears, I want some. Patrick Taylor, I even want some. I like running back more than the other spots. So I'll probably have 3 because receivers, I know I'm just going to real quick talk about it just because it proves my point here. But like Tennessee, I hate receivers. Miami, I like Tyreek, but I mean, obviously I'll have some Waddle, but I'm not the cheapers. I don't like the Giants receivers. I mean, they are what they are. And then Green Bay, I like their receivers, but I just don't. I think you can gamble more at receiver outside of Tyreek. So my overall plan is to jam the running backs, jam the guys that we already talked about, and then just those 2 receiver spots, just literally throw a bunch of different dudes in there and hope I get the guys.
I think you can lock Barkley. He plays 95% of the time, and he's going to get a ton of work.
Again, it's a point slate. It's not an upside.
It's a point slate.
You just need the 2 highest running backs.
Gun to your head. Who's the highest scoring running back? If you had to say,
I mean, I would have to take Saquon just because the workload. Achane's the most talented, but he also splits, so I would have to be Saquon for me.
I think that I'm playing 3 running backs, and it's Achane, Mostert, and Barkley. And
Mostert gives you. I like that. I mean, that's a good tournament approach because if Miami really rolls, how many times have we seen all these guys score? They do.
And this is the perfect matchup for running backs against Tennessee. I'll keep saying it, but against Tennessee, and they're down Jeffrey Simmons too, so that's a massive loss already. But so the inside might be a little easier anyways. But against Tennessee, you need to have speed to get to the outside. Mike McDaniels knows this. They're going to game plan for it. And what do you see with Miami all the time? You see all these guys pre-snap motion. They're coming across the line. They're going down like wide receivers, running backs. They got Achane and Mostert playing a little bit together, right? They're going to exploit that to where you're going to see them on the edge catching Tennessee. They're not going to just pound it up the middle like most teams do against Tennessee, even though, again, like I said, their main run stuffer is out. So, I mean, that's the key is I think they can have a lot more success running the football than most teams would against Tennessee. Even if all their guys were healthy, I think they could have some success just because of the way their offense is schemed and the way their coach is going to game plan to, make
and they don't play every snap on the Dolphins. The guys don't play every snap. They just load up, they get those legs ready and they get rested and they blow by you. And they make good defenses look terrible. I mean, how many points did I know Stroud went out yesterday, but how many points did Houston, a great offense, score at the Jets? And Miami made them look like children. And they're going to make Tennessee look the same. They're going to score over 30 points. Yeah. I would put a rule as one of Mostert or Achane with Barkley. And
this is where this is why like you're seeing like Miami, when they get rolling, they're running the football. They're running the shit out of the football. I mean, right now, between 2 running backs, these guys have 21 touchdowns.
And they don't stop. They don't.
Yeah, no, they don't. Those Achane touchdowns were in garbage time last game. Like they were at the end in garbage. They didn't need him out there. I don't even know why he was out there. I have no idea why he was out there, but he was. So, I mean, that's good for him. And in garbage time, you don't even have to worry about him coming out. Achane. Bobby Boom. Achane. How the fuck you say his name?
I say it different every time I say it.
So. I like Achane too. All right, so I got 3 running backs. If you guys had to rank your 3, who would they be? Because mine would be Achane, Barkley, Mostert.
I'd say Barkley, Achane. I'd probably say I don't say 2 of the running backs for Miami. I'd probably say a Spears or a Henry. I'd probably go Henry, honestly.
Okay, Henry. Tony?
If I had to rank them, I mean, Saquon would be my number 1 because price doesn't matter. A.J. Dillon would be my number 2, and Achane would be my number 3. But I think Spears is a great freaking play in this big tournament. I mean, they're going to be playing from behind, which has to help Spears. It has to. If Tennessee hangs around in this game, Henry could be the winner. If it's like a 21-point game, though, Spears, man. You want to play that can win this tournament, it's Spears, like as a third guy, because man, he and Patrick Taylor for that matter too, if that game broke the right way for him, because if Green Bay's winning, AJ Dillon is gonna get 15, 16 tonight. Even though Prez gave him an 11-point ceiling, he's gonna get 16 if they're winning. If somehow they're losing, though, if B. Nair gets his wet dream right tonight and the Giants are somehow winning, then Patrick Taylor is the same play as Spears to me, but I don't think that happens. So I like Spears as my number.
I'll give you the line for Dillon. 65 yards rushing.
He's just never going to score a touchdown?
Nope. He hasn't scored one in 3 months. So I don't know why tonight.
He hasn't been in this nut spot either. This is a nut spot. Nut spot.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
And I know pricing doesn't matter, but it lets you get up to more stuff with a 5,300 price tag.
Is Detroit nothing? KC nothing. Chargers nothing. Rams nothing. Steelers nothing.
How many of those games did Aaron Jones play?
I don't know.
I mean,
I'll tell you right now.
I don't know. AJ, I can promise. If there's one thing I promise, AJ Dillon, don't fade AJ Dillon tonight. He's going to be.
This is not the same Packers team. Packers team's rolling right now. Jordan Love's playing better. Everyone's playing better. The defense is playing better. The whole team's playing better. It's just not the same. I don't think we should be looking back because this team is on a roll right now. And I know you guys talked up the Lions, and I was bloviating on the Packers, and you were like, "Oh, the Packers aren't there yet," but. Packers might just be the fourth best team in that NFC. I'll just keep saying it right now. Own the Lions. The Bears own the Lions. Again, they should be 2-0 against them. So, Lions might be frauds. Just throwing that out there. Wide receiver.
Yep. Easy game.
Lock in Hill. What are we doing here? We lock in Hill.
Got to.
What are we fading? Are we fading anything here? Like any receiving groups or anything like that?
Okay, so I can see a Hill Waddle stack. DeAndre Hopkins at 6'1", you like it?
No, I hate DeAndre Hopkins.
No, I don't like
going for Go Pack Go.
Half the field is going to play him. I know it's a decent price. I just think it's a different game at Miami. And if you do like a Dillon, then he's going to have to outscore Dillon.
Timeout.
What?
Mitch, NFC is dust? What?
I don't know. What does that mean?
What's the AFC?
Mitch is still having the worst takes ever. He's so stuck on the salary cap. Like, the Chiefs are screwed because they paid Patrick Mahomes. Get out of here, Mitch. That's the dumbest take I've ever heard in my life.
Mitch, you hang in there, buddy.
Imagine if they didn't pay Patrick Mahomes and let him go, Tony.
It's literally they're going to pick up, and I'm a Chiefs hater. Me and JSU, we dance around to the Chiefs. All it's going to take is them pick up 3 free agents, and they're going to be good again. They're just short this year. Come on, Mitch.
Bro, they're going to go out. They're going to draft another receiver or two. They're going to pick one up in free agency. They're going to drop all these shitty dudes outside of Rashid Rice. They're going to drop all these
Rashid Rice is going to be their third guy soon, and then he's going to be great.
And he's going to be good, too. He's going to be great as a second or third
To say they're bad because of the salary cap is just – every team in the league would trade to get Patrick Mahomes in that contract.
I still don't understand what he means by that. NFC is dust, though. What is the AFC then?
Mitch, take the rest of the day off and come back stronger.
There we go. There were the notes.
Be all you can be. This segment brought to you by Coal Fired Pizza. Grab yourself a Coal Fired Pizza today.
All right, which wide receivers we grabbing, Wiley?
Old Navy. So look at the Green Bay side. Again, fairly well priced. With Watson out, you got Jaden Reed at 4.7. You've got Dobbs at 5, and then you got Wicks cheap. I would probably make a rule at least one of those 3. And I think one of them outscores Dillon on this slate. I don't love Hopkins. I don't love it that half the field's playing him. I know that ownership doesn't matter. I don't think he's gonna hit value in terms of price and point output. And then you got the Giants receivers, right? This is why I was talking about tight end, and this 3K range with tight end is that you've got Slayton, Wandale, your guy Jalen Hyatt, all at 3K, all can put up 9 to 12 points mean, basically, it's pick one of those. Because I do think you're going to need someone at the 3K range, whether or not it's your tight end or you play Julian Hill. I think that one of those Giants receivers is value. I think that min one of Green Bay receivers is definitely on the winner. Hill is a lock. I probably will drop down DeAndre because I'll pay up more for running back. And Westbrook Ikine, 3K. He could be the guy. He could be your 9K, 3K, low K, 1K. Hyatt or Robinson breaks the slate. Right. I think that a lot of these builds, if you hand build, end up with about high threes left over, and it takes you right to Wandale. 12% projection seems low to me. Or your boy Jalen Hyatt, who could take the top off defenses. Yes, it's a 335-1. That could be Jalen Hyatt tonight.
So just as something, just because I think it's kind of funny here. Have you guys ever looked at the Giants receiving numbers? If you haven't, just to take you through it real quick, Darius Slayton has 32 catches on the season for 435 yards, 1 touchdown. You got Darren Waller, who's out, so it doesn't matter. Jalen Hyatt's number 2. He's got 17 receptions for 330 yards, no touchdowns. And then Wandale Robinson, 265, 1 touchdown on 35 catches. Isaiah Hodgins at 154, 2 touchdowns, 15 catches. This receiving core is so freaking bad. Oh my! If they score, how does Saquon Barkley not hit the winner? Because he has to do like literally everything. I mean, like, I don't know, but like picking between these guys is like, how do you not pick just the best talent on the board, which is Jalen Hyatt, if you're picking a Giants receiver?
He's 5 for 100. I mean, he had an 18-point game against the Patriots.
You know how many times he could have had 18-point games if his quarterback, if he just catch the ball, or his quarterback hit him in fucking stride, wide open? The guy's been open all season. He either can't catch or someone can't hit him.
Open all season.
He has.
Oh, you guys are hurting me on this.
There was one game he literally could have had 3 touchdowns. Get the fuck out of here,
Wiley. I could have had 3.
17 catches, and he's the second leading receiver on the team, Tony. 17 catches.
Oh.
Who's your favorite, Diami Brown or Jalen Hyatt?
Definitely Hyatt for him.
Definitely.
This is your fucking night. I was trying to tee it up for you with Jalen Hyatt.
I'm on board with them. It's tough to get on board with Tommy Cutlets, but I'm on board with Jalen Hyatt. I can fuck with some Jalen Hyatt.
The numbers I wish I could, my sheet's not to where I can show it, but for the Giant, because I have like each week, like I'll cross in a straight line and it has like Green's good, like 1 to 10, top 10. Well, the Giants column for receiver is literally hilarious. It's like 28, 20 out of 32, 28, 29, 27, 32, 31. It's like, as you were talking, I was looking just to like see if it matched up. It is hilarious how bad their receivers have been.
I mean, it matches up perfectly, right? I mean,
they've had 1 week all year with the top 10 receiver.
It had to be either Darius Slayton or Jalen Hyatt.
Week 9, whoever they
play. It had to be Slayton when he had the big week.
Who'd they play week 9?
I don't know, but it was Slayton.
Let me see.
Here's what I'm saying.
Week 9. It wasn't Slayton somehow. Week 9, he went 4 for 59. I wonder who.
How wasn't it Washington where he scored 18? That wasn't the biggest week. Against Washington, week 11, he scored 18. Yeah. He went 4 for 82 and a touchdown.
A bunch of receivers might have gone off that week too, or something. I don't know. It's all based on everyone, so maybe the other people went off. I don't know.
Wandale had a decent. He scored 13 in week 9.
Maybe combined, they all did something that week.
Oh, that has to be it, right? That has to be it, Tony, right? The combination.
I don't know. I mean, even that week, though, they were 10, so they were the last spot in that week.
So if you play, if let's say these expensive guys get their ceiling, Tua, Achane, Barkley, Hill, even if you play a Hopkins or 2 Green Bay wide receivers, which are good price, which are probably, those 2 guys are gonna play well, then you're gonna have to be in this 3K low range, and probably less for tight end is where I'm going with tight end in order to make it work. And if one of these New York Giants receivers goes off for 18, one of them is going to get a touchdown. I mean, Green Bay's not going to shut them out. Then you're going to have – that's the pool. That's what I'm saying. The pool of 3K guys. It could be a Keeney. It could be one of the New York Giants receivers. It could be a even lower price tight end, Julian Hill, for 7 points.
Why do we need a 3K guy, though?
we
Well –
don't.
You don't.
You don't.
I mean, I got everyone in, and I don't have a 3K guy in.
Well, because you're playing Dylan. That's why.
Well, that's true. That's probably maybe why I'm playing Dylan then. I like Dylan to get 15 points.
That's exactly why. I knew it, and I knew you tried to sell yourself on Dylan, but it's exactly why.
I mean, I'm looking at my route. Like, I'm not punting. Well, I'm punting tight end, obviously. Everyone's punting tight end. But besides tight end, I'm not punting anywhere.
I think a 3K receiver is going to outscore Dylan, is my point. And
so it's funny. You talked about the Giants guys, and you talked about Tennessee's guys, but like, what about Packers? You don't like the cheap guys for the Packers?
I mean, this slate is so. If I don't win tonight, then something's wrong. This slate is so easy. The Packers receivers are by far the best receivers.
By far the best.
But they're still There's still 5K. Like Wicks is
so cheap though. Their most expensive one's 5K.
Oh, so wait a second. So let me run through it now because Tennessee.
Me and Wiley finally have a take we agree on though. Hopkins, I just can't. I just don't get me. I'm not fading him because he could get 12 times.
Yeah,
I don't like him.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not full fading him.
I'm fading him. Fade him.
I'm not full fading DeAndre Hopkins at 150. That's not smart.
So Chris Moore.
I don't like him though.
Chris Moore played over Treylon Burks last time out. I don't think that necessarily happens this time out. So you're going to have 4 receivers from Tennessee. You got Westbrook-Akina, Chris Moore, Treylon Burks, DeAndre Hopkins, and then I guess if you wanted to add a 5th guy in who's going to play like a little bit, I guess you could. But those are the main 4. Right, because Treylon only saw 10 snaps last time out. I don't think that happens this time. So, you can mix and match them however you want. But I don't like that receiving core. So I'm probably fading the Tennessee receivers.
My core and my player pulls up because this slate's easy, baby.
Back to my point. I'm fading Tennessee because they suck. Green Bay has by far the best receivers. And people aren't even talking about one of the guys that's underprojected that's probably going to play a decent amount. And Malik Heath, who they love because he blocks and he's a really good blocker and he can catch the ball as well. And he's 3,200.
And when Watson was out last time, he played a lot of snaps.
Watson's out and him and Romeo Doubs played the 2 most snaps. And the key with this is Jaden Reed, for whatever reason, I don't think the Packers want to play Jaden Reed a ton in general. I think they want to keep him in that like 60% range of snap count type thing, and he plays inside a lot. So the other 2 guys, Wicks, who everyone loves, and I like Wicks too, he's good, and Heath, they can play on the out. They're going to play on the outside. So you got Dobbs for sure on 1. I think Wicks does play a little more than Heath, but I think Heath could win more time in the game as they're playing. Right. And he's not bad. Honestly, he's not bad. So
if you spend up at every
sneaky guy,
if you spend up at every area, including defense, right, and you don't play Dylan, then that's why I said, okay, this 3K range is everything. And there is Heath, there's even a Craycraft and Cedric Wilson, there's Westbrook-Akina, there is all of the Giants receivers. This is considering playing 1 to 2 minimum of the Green Bay guys because I love them. Absolutely. And he'll walk. There are a ton of guys who there's a better chance than not one of them goes off for 14, 15, 16, 18 just as a night.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to narrow it down for people to see. Like, I think outside of Miami, I'm like the 2 top guys. I'm not getting with that team.
Whoa, look at that. Big Uncle T coming in hot.
Perfect, because my next take is that at least 2 receivers from Green Bay are on the winner. That's like the easiest take in the world, and it's going to happen. So
100%.
you can like lock that in there. And then the Giants guys are the second best cheap guys. So if you need a cheap guys, it's definitely the Packers. They have the best receivers. Then the Giants would be second. Tennessee would be third, and then Miami would be fourth. So
yeah,
with cheap guys, not talking the studs, because obviously Miami is the best studs. So anything else here, boys, that we missed?
No, let's go to tight end.
Yes.
Lovely. 15 more minutes of Tony and Wiley yelling at each other. Break. Here we go.
I can't wait for Wiley to play Julian fucking Hill.
I will play Julian fucking Hill. Because everyone's just...
I'm playing Bellinger. I rank him Bellinger number 1.
I like Bellinger.
Chig 2. Kraft 3. Not playing anyone else. If I did play a 2,500 guy, though, it would be Cager.
No, you should have said it would be Hill.
I am definitely not playing a Miami tight end. 1,000,000%. They're the worst plays for sure.
Mm.
And
I think tight end's easy. Chig, Kraft, and Bellinger are like the only 3 I can even look at. So
I think Bellinger is the best. I will agree with you there.
I put him in my core, Bellinger. I like Bellinger the best. If somehow he's out, because he's not 100% to be in, then Cager is like such a good play. He'll probably play, though. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that if you – I don't know if you've hand built yet, but if you do max Achane, Barkley, and Tua, and they go on their super ceiling games, then it will come down to saying, okay, maybe even a $2,600, $2,500 tight end may get 3 points less than a Kwango. It matters because of your flex play, who's going to be a 3K receiver.
So
and that's playing Dolphins defense too, who I think.
So Kid Lightning says DeGuara is back and will play more than Kraft. I don't think he'll play more than Kraft, but I do think he's a better play than Cager. So like if you were to risk a 2,500 guy, I think he's the clear risk to take.
He's on my list. DeGuara.
I can make a case for anyone at tight end but the Miami guys. Don't play the Miami guys.
That's fine. That's what you believe.
I definitely. I mean, they don't have double digits combined on the season.
Okay.
They don't throw to tight end. Don't play them.
And Dylan doesn't score touchdowns, but now he will. So I can have the same sort of take.
You won't win the takes today. That's a promise.
No, you are stuck on Dylan because you want to pay up for some other.
Dylan
receiver.
is the easiest play of the night. Like he's 5K and he's going to score twice.
There's 15 guys that'll outscore him.
No, I mean no chance.
Achane's going to have 25 or Mostert. Barkley's going to have 19 to 21, and Dylan's going to be loafing around
the studs.
and Dylan, who is Joe
is
Mixon.
Tyreek Hill going to outscore him? JSU, is Tyreek Hill going to outscore AJ Dillon?
Tyreek Hill's going to have 27.
That's what I'm saying. You have 15 guys who can outscore Dylan, and it's 11 points.
Just name the 3 studs and then turn it into 15 guys.
Okay, 1 to 2 of the receivers for Green Bay on his team. At least a Giants receiver.
A Giants receiver?
A defense. 2 defenses will outscore him.
And 2 defenses then.
Yeah.
I just read you the Giants receivers for the year totals.
Get us off tight end. I'm tired of talking about
that. I don't know if they're guaranteed to be on the winner.
I guarantee you that this man down here eating a candy cigarette at 4:17 p.m. Eastern time and getting a little Yorkie doggy.
I haven't given a guarantee in a while. I'm giving a guarantee that I'm doing good tonight. This slate's easy.
You're going to play
guaranteed.
You're going to play
I'm not playing the Miami tight end. Stop. I'm not. Tight end's the easiest position. JSU's on my side with this. You need the most points. Don't play a guy. I mean, even if you get one, if you guaranteed me right now 1 for 7, I still don't think I'd play it. One of those other guys.
I don't think that's the winner. If you guarantee me some random dude caught 1 for 10 and a touchdown,
one of
I don't
those
think
3
that's
tight
the
ends.
These tight ends,
Bellinger is getting like 9 or 10.
These tight ends aren't McBride. These tight ends aren't Ingram
they
or
don't have
Njoku.
to be. They only need 8.
That's what I'm saying. There's other guys who can do 8 as well. That's what I'm saying. There's
Julian
not
Hill couldn't
guaranteed.
get 8 on the field by himself.
Who can?
I said Julian Hill can't get 8 on the field by himself.
Wrong. You're wrong.
I hope
It's just the problem with the Miami guys. This is the problem with the Miami guys is that every play is made for Tyreek Hill.
They are
Jalen
dead
Waddle.
last in all of football at tight end, and they have the best offense in football.
In the running backs, if you
Their
notice,
offense is number 1 in football, and their tight ends are number 32 in football. Think about that.
There's a reason behind that.
If Julian Hill goes 335-1, I will drive up to Covington.
Please do. I'll be waiting.
And we'll do a show where I'm just doing this.
If he goes 335-1, you are welcome to sit right here, right next to me, and stare at me just like this the whole show. Just like look. You don't even have to say anything. Just look at me.
Yes.
So, Kid Lighton asked about Kenyon Drake being elevated. Does he play?
He's
over
up. Yeah, he's
Taylor?
playing. He's playing.
Yeah, he's an emergency. You're not going to play.
I don't think he's going to play unless AJ gets hurt or something like that, or Patrick Taylor
he's
gets
more
hurt.
of a Patrick Taylor anyway. So
Yeah.
AJ Mixon. AJ Dillon's worse than
the freaking defense.
God, let JSU cook. I tried, but these two guys just fight all the time. I can't help it.
I would never listen to someone with an Embiid logo, though.
Oh, well, he's a Philly fan, though. He's definitely a Philly fan. So
if you walk into Donato's tonight, you order 10 pizzas, 20 pizzas, get them custom, and then at the end of that order, you say, "Can I get that coal fired?" And they're going to look at you funny, but you just say, "Big T so I can get coal fired."
Do it.
Big T 44.
Big Bill sliding in, though, said he dusted Mango, and he said, "I feel bad throttling you on the slab," he said.
There he is right there. Donato's Bill. Bill, can you get coal-fired pizza at Donato's? Yes or no? There's only one answer. Yes. Coal-fired barrel aged.
Mango and fire him back.
Oh, there we
He's
go.
in for round 2, Big Bill.
There we go.
I got Bill. Where's my wallet? Bill, I got you, bro.
No coal-fired at Donato's. It's the secret menu. Don't let him fool you.
He said, "Fuck no."
Donato's Bill coming in hot.
Yeah.
All right. Packers, Dolphins, Giants, Titans. Defense, guys. Which defense is going to be the highest scoring defense?
Yeah, here? I think for what we've seen, look at last night with the Eagles getting smoked, but then they still got a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Okay. I think this is a percentage play. I think you cannot project defense. It's the highest variance in football. I think you play percentages here, min-max, which I don't typically do on any other position. But one of these idiots is going to something's going to happen, and it's going to become value on the slate. Dolphins would be my number 1. You know, they've been playing better of late.
For me, I'm definitely nixing the Titans. That's the one team I'm nixing.
Don't fold Nixon.
Nixing them. I think the Giants, you could definitely play because I think, Jordan Love, even though he's improved, he can still turn the football over. So I think the Giants defense with my Jordan Love, I was talking about the 2-game slates. And, even though you play the quarterback, you can still play the defense against the quarterback. Because like Prez said, they could be whooping the shit out of them. And all of a sudden, fumble to the house. And, there you go. And maybe it sets them up. Maybe it's right at the beginning of the game and Jordan Love goes down 7-0 from the defense. And that's like the ultimate script for your quarterback. So,
right. And then you've got,
if I was playing Tua, I would keep the Titans. Just to be clear, like if I was playing Tua like Tony, I would have the Titans in my player pool because I'm not going to do it. But I agree with Tony. Like if you're playing Tua, I'd actually keep him in. As weird as that sounds,
I just don't see the value in removing them anyways because they're going to be 3%. So like even if you get 7%, you're still above the field.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't like the Titans. I'm with your take. Like in general, like I agree always when you say that. It's just these 150s, man. Immediately when the Titans somehow get that weird turnover, you're just dead. You don't want to be dead because of that.
You're going to be
I'm locking the Dolphins or the Giants.
You're going to be so strong in so many positions, essentially a lock point. Why let the defense fuck you up?
Thank you. Now, me and Wiley are back together.
You have a 9. Let's say
so
the Titans
stubborn in his 150 that he just wants to lock everybody.
Listen,
lock this guy and lock that guy and fade this guy and like.
Even in a blowout scenario, the Titans can get 9 points. Fine. 2.3K for 9 points. You've outscored every fucking tight end.
You play 8%.
You outscored Dylan. You outscored Dylan at 9 points.
All I got to say, chat, is I think we found out who has the biggest cutlet on this show. Just throwing that out there.
The biggest.
Throwing it out there. All right. So Dolphins, Giants for me.
You know what's funny?
What?
Oh, he gave the hand up to you. He went.
Yeah, he owned me right there.
Is that we're both at 4:24 Eastern time, right? The sun is still shining here in Lexington, Kentucky, and it's dark there in Boston, Massachusetts, right?
Yeah, it's fucking dark here.
That's the benefit of this.
Got socks on, Prez?
Ooh, I don't know. What is he got?
Yeah, answer it before I show.
No
flexibility.
No sock. Oh, gross.
Oh!
Put those grippers down.
That's athleticism right there, just for the fucking people out there.
Dark at 4:00 in Boston, at the tavern.
It's fucking dark here.
That's crazy. Crazy.
It's almost like pitch dark here too.
We are on the edge of Eastern time. We get so much sunlight, it's ridiculous.
Bullshit.
Yep. Still beaming out.
Thank you, Uncle Terry. Tell him.
By the way, everyone in the comment section has to pay extra for seeing those feet. They have to drop those the coins in the jar. Bing, 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 bing.
I'd rather them not pay less.
Hey, it's an upgrade on RPS.
Okay, fine. Listen to Wiley. Did you guys rank your defenses, or am I the only one that ranked my defenses?
My rankings are Giants, Dolphins, Packers, then way below it, Titans.
Yeah.
I honestly don't care about the top three. I'm just gonna throw them in there.
Yeah.
Titans are by far the worst, but I want 10% Titans. I don't have as big a cock as JSU. I don't want to just fade everybody.
I'll probably do 40, 30, 20, 10.
No, they're my socks, Uncle T. Shut the fuck up. Damn you, Terry.
Let's get the play of the day so Wiley can say Julian Hill and we can be done.
He's going to say Tyreek Hill and Julian Hill.
The Hills for the win. He's going to buy a house on a hill with his 2 hills.
I just gave his core. I just gave his core
did.
right there. Tony's core.
AJ Dillon for sure.
Yeah, you got to have AJ Dillon. AJ Dillon and
Trayvon Wesco.
Lawrence Cager.
he said Lawrence Cager like 50 times.
I like Cager a lot tonight.
That's why I said Lawrence Cager.
I actually really like Cager.
Does anyone want to play core?
I don't think this is a slate you need to have a player.
Yeah, you do.
No, you can have a range.
A range?
Oh, don't get the high voice on me.
We gotta have a play. That's part of the process here.
The range, a player.
Yeah. Who's your play?
Playoffs.
On a 2-game slate, you got one of your plays has to be an unknown guy. The other one can be whoever.
Oh, okay. That's easy.
Yeah. Who you got?
An unknown guy. Who is yours? Cager?
No. I'm not making a tight end my player.
Who's your unknown guy?
He hasn't gone yet. Have you given yours?
You want me to go first?
Are we giving 2 plays? One.
Yeah, one. Whoever you want. Your favorite. Besides, you're not allowed Dolphins. Any non-Dolphins.
So you can't give Tyreek Hill.
Can't give Julian Hill.
I know. I took away his play of the day. No Dolphins. You got to have someone besides the Dolphins. Oh, you can say the shitty ones like Julian Hill. None of the star Dolphins.
All right, Prez, you got him.
I mean, I think Jaden Reed is probably the best value and highest upside at that price for 4.7. I was going to say Julian Hill.
ASU just sparked wood when you said Jaden Reed.
Yeah, Jaden Reed.
I got so much Jaden Reed.
What'd you guys call it? Cut lips? He got his cut lips aroused.
Cut lips?
Oh, whatever the hell you're calling them. Cut lips, col-ups, or whatever they are.
Cutlets. Oh, God. Tony.
That's me tonight when Julian Hill scores 2 touchdowns.
God, when he scores, you're going to be unbearable.
Wait a second.
Unbearable.
So your plays of the day are Jaden Reed and then Julian Hill?
I was going to say Julian Hill, but I can't pick Miami Dolphins, so there you go.
No,
you're
you
allowed
can.
to pick the shitty ones.
Shitters
We
are
clarified.
okay. You can't pick Tyreek Hill or Achane. You can pick
Or
shitters.
Mostert. Like, yeah, I guess you could pick Mostert if you wanted to.
Oh,
pick
yeah.
Jaden
No,
Reed.
shitters.
I don't pick
Dolphins.
Jaden Reed and fading the donkey fish ass chalk tight ends, and we're going to
All three of them?
no Bellinger's not. I got Kwongo and Kraft.
Okay.
Kraft is the fishiest fish play in the.
That's a good cheap play, fading those guys.
Yeah. All right. Over and out.
What are you just leaving before we
No.
give our plays?
No one. I thought we were.
I
done.
thought he was going to do it too, honestly.
He should have. It would have been a good bet. Right
it
after
would
you
have
go,
been.
just get out.
All right, I'll go next because
Donato's Bill been drinking this afternoon.
He doesn't even drink.
Oh, okay.
He's
Who the
boring.
hell is-
Wait, Bill doesn't drink?
He's kind of a
Big Bill, my
kind of a
man.
pussy.
I knew I liked Bill. That's my guy right there. My play of the day. So I'm not even going to give my 2 plays. I'm going to go with I got to stay on brand. So you got to play some Jalen Hyatt just because you got to be on brand with the Hyatt. And then my unowned play is going to be Malik Heath.
Oh,
Everyone and honestly, I hope I'm wrong because I desperately need it to be Jaden Reed and Romeo Dobbs who do all the work today. But I just have this feeling that I know that they're not going to push Jaden Reed too much. And he looked good to me when he was out there, Malik Heath. So it's kind of just like my take from just watching him play. And the fact that he plays hard, and I can tell those type of guys, coaches just will, give them more run because they start to like what they do out there, even when they're just blocking and shit like that. It's just effort. So I'm going to go with him, 3,200. I think everyone's going to play Wicks. I think he's going to end up being very popular at the end of the day, and I think Heath comes in absolutely unowned.
My 2 plays. A.J. Dillon, obviously the best play of the slate. He'll be back. And my low-owned guy, who's going to actually win me the tournament tonight, is Tajay Spears, baby. He got
He's
16 carries last week and 4 receptions. He's going to be trailing all game. The good thing about playing him is you can really just jam that Miami game and fade. On a team like that, fade Saquon and just hope the Giants suck or he gets hurt or something. Tajay Spears, my low-owned tournament winner tonight.
He's actually going to be low-owned, Tajay Spears?
He has to be. Like, there's 5-6 dudes ahead of him.
There's only like 5 running backs that are playable on this slate.
And he's not one of them, according to the projection.
No, he has to be. He's not
All
one
these
of them,
other
really.
dudes, you got 2 17s, a 15, and 2 13s, and he's projected for 7. Like that, you can't get ownership. It's impossible.
I like him. He'd be my 4th running back.
I think he's going to crush, too. Like, he got 16 freaking carries last week.
I'll give you this. He's going to outscore Dylan.
It's kind of high tone for our game, but I'll give it to you. I'll accept 12%, I guess, on a 2.
I mean, it's a 2-gamer. That's unowned on a 2-gamer.
I gave out. Find out Malik Heath's ownership. Come on, this dude gave Julius friggin' Hill.
No, I gave out the 6th highest running back on a 2-game slate. That has to be allowed.
I'm just saying ownership. I'm just saying. Wiley, we crushed Tony on the ownership game. We just absolutely owned him.
How?
Even though his player probably has the best chance of hitting because he's fighting with like 6 other guys. But that's okay. All right, there we go. Tajay Spears.
Let's go.
Malik Heath, Julian Hill, low on plays of the day. We got to get out of here because we got the NBA Hardwood Show coming up next. 4:45 Eastern time. Those guys are going live, so check them out on this YouTube channel. Hit the like button on your way out. Use code GIBLETS44 and get 44% off. See more of that mug on the shows here for the Prez, for Big T and myself. You guys suck at getting all that shit to happen. We're out.